Yes, Cheryl Coblyn, living here in Massachusetts, Grovant. I was born in 1962 in Havre. My mother was Ruth Ironman. And there's a question about who my dad was. It's believed it was Thomas Manuel. But I've heard from family members that it wasn't. So there's a question. My grandparents were Jesse and Tall Jack. Yeah. It's I have the pride in being Aaniiih. Um, it makes me feel good, and wanting to learn more, and it's a good feeling. Like I said, I grew up not knowing I was Native, and even when I found out, it was the wrong people. They said I was Blackfeet. Um, it makes me feel good. It makes me very prideful when people ask me, what, who are you and what are you? And I tell them Aaniiih for Belknap, and I'm proud of that. Here it was a Falmouth High. In high school, I was introduced to drinking when I was 10. High school was just a big blur, but I did graduate just by the skin of my teeth. But I did graduate. High school was a blur. I have learning disability, so that was never addressed in high school or even in lower schools. So it was hard for me to learn. So I just got frustrated and joined my friends. I live in the Wampanoag people's land, and they have gatherings and powwows. I have a lot of Wampanoag friends, and they come over. I go over their house. Just learning how to bead after all these years, and a friend of mine does the weaving, so she's teaching me that right now. I do go to a lot of AA meetings, and that's meeting a lot of good people that are like-minded like me. Some are native. I do online, and some are in person. It was mainly all English. Even the Wampanoag people are, for the last, say, 10, 15 years, the language has been reintroduced, to them. So, my adoptive mother was part Wampanoag. So they let me join in the classes, but then, because I wasn't Wampanoag, I couldn't attend anymore. So it was a lot different from the lifestyle that I had. Growing up, we always had a nice house, and always nice cars. When I went out there, it was like a culture shock at first. But then, it was a culture shock at first. But, every time I would go out there, I would appreciate it more. The kinship. Everybody, is related, or if you're not related, you're a good friend. And Like I said, I love the canyon and, my family there. The first time I went out, Ruth had all her kids do with her in a house out in Hayes. So that was, like a culture shock because I always have lived in a big house, my own bedroom, and so like I said, it was a culture shock. But each time I went out there, I learned to appreciate it more, because, I don't know, they didn't have a lot, but that's the way they lived, and they appreciated it, They were good with it. There weren't a lot of people. I've been, to a couple of their ceremonies. And when I would go home, Uncle Joe, would try to have a ceremony or something, for me so I could experience it. And he gave me my grandmother's name, Jessie's name, and Margaret Ann knows how to pronounce it. And I tried to have her spell it out, but she can't do it. So I would like to have the translation is woman that walks. Yeah, she says it, and I gotta, I think my brother Robert knows the name too. Maybe he can, spell it out phonetically, but it's very important to me that I carry that name in a good way, and have my grandmother be proud of me, that I'm, on the red road now, and trying to help people. Yeah, I was Catholic, but I don't know. I just, as I got older, I just lost interest in, and I don't attend church now. Like more involvement, and more input. It just, like more information on how to help the off off reservation. The services that that are offered to the people on the reservation. Need to be offered for people off the reservation. Sometimes you have to leave the reservation for personal reasons, but more involvement, communication, and just I had been messaging with Pam Weasel about about just talking to an elder on the phone that's homebound. But it's been back and forth, so I kind of gave up on that. Oh, my adoptive parents were from Massachusetts. I live in Cape Cod. It's an island. It's water all around me, and the only way to leave Cape Cod is over. Well, they have two bridges to get off Cape Cod or on Cape Cod, which in the summertime I can't even leave the Cape. Yeah, my father was in the Air Force and he was stationed in Glasgow, and they adopted me, and I had an adopted brother who was Flathead, Salish. And then we were in Washington for a while. And I attended a Catholic school, and it was horrendous. After that, I still had to go to church and everything, but, that's having that bad of experience, as I got older. I was like, no, I'm not. Yeah. But yeah, that's how I got here. And it's beautiful here. Like I said, we're surrounded by the ocean. So, I kind of live like 5-10 minutes away from the ocean. I'd like to share that with with the elders, pictures. I did send some pictures to Elizabeth Fox. She wanted to see lighthouses. We have a lighthouse that's left here. So I took pictures and sent them to her. And then Mela, I can't think of her, but she has my my two nieces, Dusty, Manuel's girls. What is her? I can't think of her last name. But I just recently sent them a bunch of shells and some sand, and they were just so happy. Yeah, not really being able to learn the culture, seeing my family. I'm trying to get out there this summer to go to Hayes Powwow because I have my sister Sandy's ashes, and gonna have my nephew ride around and just spread them, and then we're gonna bury some ashes at the family graveyard. Just things, just not being able to be around family. Like I said, everyone's passing away, so. Yes, I would love to. I would love to live out there, but I don't know about housing and jobs, or who to contact anybody about that. And just sobriety and everything. I would love to move out there. I have one daughter. She lives in Boston, and she rarely visits. So it's not like I'd be living any. I would be leaving anything. Things aren't good between us, and they haven't been good. So I don't think she would mind, but I would love to move back there. I had a therapist that I had seen for like 15 years. She was the one that, from the beginning, taught me a lot of stuff, like, how to let people in, how to, start to, address my issues and, my anger. I saw her for 15 years, and then she retired. But, we still keep in touch. She lives out in Western Mass. So, I want to visit there. In about 2 weeks is her birthday, so I want to try to get out there. But they had so much snow there. So, she was the one who, that, I don't know, she was like a role model for me, because that's eventually what I would like to do is have a certificate or something, to be a counselor or something. Listen to the elders, be around the elders, and it's a difficult thing to get over the drugs and alcohol, but you can, and it's a beautiful life. Come back to the culture, and it will make you stronger. Learn the language if you can. Hop on a drum group. But just get back to the culture, and you'll be better. You'll heal better.